Most people didn't need a more expensive laptop. They just needed one that finally stopped making compromises.
Most people think great laptops are expensive because that's what we've been trained to believe, and for years we just accepted it. Short battery life, dim screens, cheap plastic builds, fans screaming for mercy, and prices that feel like a down payment, that became normal. But every once in a while, something slips through the cracks and quietly proves that normal was never the limit. This is one of those moments. And real quick before we go any further, do me a favor, hit subscribe real fast and then let's keep moving. Because this is exactly the kind of tech nobody tells you about until it's gone. Here's the uncomfortable truth first. Most laptops don't fail because they're underpowered. They fail because they're badly balanced. Manufacturers chase one headline feature and sacrifice everything else. A fast chip but terrible battery. A nice display but flimsy build. Premium materials but a price that makes no sense. What people actually want is boring in the best way possible. A laptop that lasts all day, looks good doing it, feels solid in your hands, and doesn't force you to carry a charger like emotional support. That's the problem most users live with every single day. And this is where things get interesting. The Asus ZenBook A14 doesn't try to impress you with buzzwords. It just quietly fixes the stuff that's been broken for years. The first thing you notice isn't speed or design, it's freedom. Real, unplugged freedom. This thing actually runs for around 12 hours doing real work. Not the fake lab tests where brightness is set to 0 and Wi-Fi is magically disabled. We're talking emails, documents, tabs stacked like bad decisions, video calls, background apps, the whole daily grind, and it just keeps going. That's because the Snapdragon X Plus processor isn't trying to win benchmarks. It's trying to sip power like it matters. 8 cores pushing up to 3.2 GHz paired with a 70 watt-hour battery means you stop thinking about percentages and start trusting the machine. That's a rare feeling. You close the charger drawer and forget it exists, which honestly feels illegal in 2025. Now let's talk about the screen, because this is where most budget laptops expose themselves. Washed out colors, dull brightness, text that makes your eyes tired by noon. That's not what's happening here. The 14-inch old panel on this thing looks like it escaped from a much more expensive lineup. Sharp 1920 by 1200 resolution, deep contrast, rich blacks, and colors that actually pop without turning cartoonish. With HDR brightness hitting up to 600 nits and full DCI-P3 coverage, this display makes laptops costing $1,500 look outdated. And yes, you can actually use it in a room with windows. That shouldn't be impressive, but somehow it is. Build quality is the next surprise. You pick it up expecting compromise, and instead you get confidence. The aluminum chassis feels solid, no flex, no creaks, no cheap shortcuts. At just under 1 kilogram, it's lighter than most tablets, but it doesn't feel fragile or toy-like. This is the kind of laptop you forget is in your bag until you realize your shoulders don't hurt anymore. The keyboard has real key travel, not that shallow tap-tap nonsense, and the trackpad actually listens to you instead of fighting every scroll like it has trust issues. Performance stays quietly competent. The Snapdragon chip paired with the Adreno GPU doesn't turn into a space heater, doesn't spin fans into orbit, and doesn't make your lap regret life choices. 16 gigs of RAM keeps multitasking smooth, the 512 gig SSD launches apps quickly, and everything feels snappy in a way that makes you realize how slow you've been tolerating other machines. It's not flashy, it's reliable. And that's the point. Here's where future-proofing sneaks in without making noise. The built-in NPU pushing 45 tops means this laptop is already ready for what's coming next. Copilot Plus certification isn't marketing fluff. It means on-device AI features that run efficiently, privately, and faster over time. You're not buying into a gimmick. You're buying into a platform that gets smarter instead of obsolete. That matters more than raw power for most people. Connectivity doesn't play games either. 2 USB 4 Type-C ports handle charging and high-speed data. A proper Type-A port means you don't have to live the dongle life. HDMI 2.1 covers external displays, and Wi-Fi 7 plus BLU 6 keeps things modern. Nothing excessive, nothing missing, just enough to actually live with. Now, let's be real, because honesty builds trust. This isn't a workstation monster. If you're rendering 4K timelines all day or gaming at ultra settings, this isn't your machine. The integrated graphics are efficient, not aggressive. ARM compatibility is improving fast, but some niche professional apps still need checking before you commit. The old display is glossy, so bright reflections can be annoying. And if you're addicted to high refresh rates, 60 Hz might feel tame. But here's the solution to all of that perspective. At $660, those compromises stop feeling like flaws. For 90% of users, this laptop does everything that actually matters better than machines costing 2 or 3 times more. It lasts longer, feels better, looks better, and stays quiet while doing it. That changes the value equation completely. This is the moment where most people pause because they realize they weren't asking for too much. They were just buying from the wrong category. The ZenBook of 14 proves you don't need to overspend to escape frustration, you just need balance. And once you experience that, it's hard to go back. Quick reminder here, re-enjoying this kind of breakdown and want more tech that actually makes sense? Tap subscribe. No hype, no filler, just the stuff that's worth your time. What this laptop really represents is a shift. A reminder that progress doesn't always arrive loudly. Sometimes it shows up quietly, priced reasonably, and fixes problems we stopped questioning years ago. And when that happens, it forces everything else to look overpriced and underthought. So yeah, this might be one of the best laptops most people will never hear about, and that's exactly why it matters. If you want to see what happens when this philosophy gets applied to tablets and hybrid devices, check out the next video on your screen. It might ruin everything else for you.